He taught her how to love again, a forbidden romance in New York. The empty apartment New York was loud that night. Taxi horns, laughter, the hum of a city that never slept. But inside Claire Morgan's apartment, it was painfully quiet. She stared at the half-empty wine glass beside her, the lights of Manhattan shimmering beyond the balcony. Claire was 35, recently divorced, and managing editor at one of the city's top publishing houses. On paper, she had everything. But in reality, she had nothing that made her heart feel alive anymore. Her marriage had ended a year ago. 10 years of silence, betrayal, and pretending. Since then, she'd built walls around herself, no dating apps, no flirtation, no risk, until Liam Carter walked into her life. The internet started on a Tuesday morning, an ordinary staff meeting. Claire was reviewing deadlines when a voice at the door said, "Sorry, am I late?
But this couldn't wait.
I got lost on the wrong floor."
It's important.
She looked up. He was tall, maybe mid-20s, messy dark hair, wearing a charcoal coat still dusted with snow.
I know it's late.
His smile was boyish, nervous, but genuine. "You must be Liam," she said.
I know
"Yes,
it's
ma'am.
late, but this couldn't wait.
First day. Don't call me ma'am. It makes me feel ancient." He laughed softly, and for the first time in months, she found herself smiling back. Liam was a creative writing graduate, interning for editorial experience. He was quick to learn, full of ideas, and unafraid to challenge her, something few people dared to do. Over the next few weeks, he became the spark in her dull routine. They worked late editing manuscripts, shared coffee breaks that turned into conversations about books, music, and regrets. Claire told herself it was harmless, just work, just mentorship, but deep down she knew better. The connection one evening, as they wrapped up edits for an upcoming novel, a thunderstorm broke outside. The city went dark for a moment, lights flickering. Liam glanced at her, smiling. "Guess New York's reminding us who's boss," she laughed. "You'd think this city would stop surprising me by now." When the lights stabilized, they were sitting closer than before, his sleeve brushing hers. Neither moved away. For a heartbeat, the room was silent except for the rain against the windows. "Claire," he said quietly, "you don't let people see who you are, do you?" "That's not true." "It is. You're guarded. I see it, and it's kind of beautiful." Her breath caught. No one had ever said something like that to her. Not with such honesty, not without wanting anything in return. "You shouldn't say things like that to your boss," she whispered. "Maybe not," he said. "But I meant it." She looked at him, eyes softening. And in that moment, something inside her shifted. The walls she'd built began to crack. The first real smile. From that day on, things changed. They started taking lunch together, trading book recommendations, laughing over coffee spills and missed trains. He made her feel young again, not because of his age,
It's important.
but because he saw her as more than her title, more than her past. One Friday night after a book launch party, they walked through Central Park. Snow was falling lightly, the city glowing in the distance. "You ever think about starting over?" Liam asked. "All the time,
It's important.
but I'm not sure I'd know how." "Maybe you just need someone to remind you it's okay to try."
It's important.
She smiled, eyes glistening in the cold air. "And you think that's you?" "I think I'd like to be." For a moment, time stopped. Just two souls standing beneath falling snow, afraid to admit what they already knew. The line between right and wrong. The next few weeks were a blur of emotions. They never crossed the professional line. But the air between them carried tension, electric and unspoken. Whispers began in the office. People noticed the way he looked at her, the way she laughed at his jokes. She tried to keep distance, but the more she pushed him away, the more her heart pulled him closer. Then, one night, he showed up at her apartment, drenched from the rain, holding a manuscript. "It's my short story," he said. I wanted your opinion."
This couldn't wait.
She took it, flipping through the pages, then stopped at the dedication.
I know it's late, but this
"For the
couldn't
woman
wait.
who taught me that love isn't
important.
always a beginning. Sometimes it's a rescue."
I know it's late, but this
Tears
couldn't
welled
wait.
up. Liam,
important.
I had to tell you, he said, voice
I know
shaking.
it's late, but this couldn't wait.
You made me believe again.
It's important.
Not in love, in myself. She stepped closer,
I know it's
touched
late,
his
but this
cheek
couldn't
gently. You've done the same for me. They didn't need to say anything else. The silence between them was enough, tender, real, and filled with everything they couldn't speak. The consequence: the next morning, rumors exploded. Someone had seen him leaving her building. HR got involved. The managing director wanted answers. Claire took full responsibility. Said it was a misunderstanding, that nothing unprofessional had happened. Liam offered to quit, but she refused. You have talent. Don't let my mistakes ruin that. It was the hardest thing she'd ever done, letting go of the one person who'd reminded her how to feel again. He'd finished his internship and left the company a month later. She didn't see him again. The letter months passed. Claire threw herself back into work, but her heart stayed heavy. One morning, a package arrived at her desk, a brown envelope with no return address. Inside was a published novel titled The Distance Between Us. The author's name, Liam Carter. She flipped to the first page and read the dedication. For Claire, who taught me that love isn't always about staying. Sometimes it's about setting someone free. Her hands trembled. Tears fell onto the page as she whispered, You did it, Liam, outside her office window. The city buzzed, alive, chaotic, and beautiful. And for the first time in years, so was she. Epilogue. Love. Redefined Claire never saw him again, but she carried his words like a secret melody. He hadn't broken her. He'd rebuilt her. He'd reminded her that love doesn't always end in forever. Sometimes it ends in healing, and on quiet New York nights, when the city glowed beneath her balcony, she smiled, because once upon a time, someone had taught her how to love again.